Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to another Skyrim video. Today I'm going to be showing off my recreation of Caranthir Tower, which is called Caranthir Tower Reborn. It's going to be my last large project, I think, to be honest. And the reason I'm doing this is I was never really happy with the original version. Don't get me wrong, it was a great mod, probably the best mod I ever made, and probably the most popular. But it was one massive sort of learning curve, and over the past 2 years of me modding Skyrim, I've learnt quite a lot, and I wanted to come back and I wanted to make it fresh, and I wanted to make it how I always imagined it. So as you saw in the intro, this is it behind me, the new tower. It's slightly taller than the old one, and the one thing that you might notice straight away is the fact that it looks cleaner, so the sort of architecture looks a bit more white. That is not me doing that, that is a mod called Markarth the White City by Frank Family. I'll leave a link in the description, and it just looks everything sort of Dwemer or Markarth look magnificent. And it's not going to be a requirement for this mod. This mod will still work fully without it, but I will strongly recommend that people use it because it does make it look a hell of a lot nicer. So there is going to be a lot of new features in this tower, and I am going to obviously take one or two away which, to be honest now, given some of the mods out there, aren't needed. One of those things will be the spell creation, because there are mods out there that have done pretty much every spell you could want, and they've done it far better than I could do. So you got things like Midas Magic. So I'm going to head inside in a moment, but before I do, I'm just going to mention that this is nowhere near finished, and I just wanted to give you an early look at what I've done so far and get some feedback. The lighting is the main thing that still needs improvement, and I always spend a long time on that. It's one of the key aspects, and I can never quite get it right. So yep, we're going to head inside now, take a look around. I'm going to show you a couple of the new features and how things work. Okay, so I didn't really want to change things too much. I didn't want to like completely redesign the entire thing. I more or less wanted to polish it off, add new features, and just make more logical sense, really. So you'll notice that the usual dragon is here. Eventually that will be customizable again, so you'll be able to switch that out for whatever dragon you want, things like that. And we've got these massive display cases now which fill the lobby. The lobby before was pretty empty, there was no real purpose for it, and the one thing that people always said about Caranthir Tower was there's not enough storage, and it's kind of right. I don't know why there wasn't enough storage, I just never put a lot in, and I was trying to just stick storage down in a vault somewhere, and the vault has actually gone because I don't feel there's any need for it anymore, and everything is going to be on display in your tower. So these massive display cases at the moment will hold mostly generic sort of items, so you can show off all of the ebony stuff, the glass stuff, things like that, and you can put like the full sets of armour on. That'll be on these stands, which are thanks to Insanity Sorrow who did them. They're brilliant, so I took them and made them so that you can actually put male or female versions of your armours on. It will detect what your gender is, and it will place the necessary sort of gender armour there if you have the armour. So I've obviously picked up all the armours myself here, and you can take them, put them on the stands, take them off if you like. I'm just going to show you how some of the storage works here. You've got these containers called display storage. You'll go into these, and there will eventually be like little notes in there which you can read, and that will tell you what goes in each container. But you can store items, any items in here, but specific items will trigger them to be placed into the display case. So I know that dwarven stuff can go in here, so if we put some dwarven things in, that's fine. But if we just went to place some random armour in, it's not going to allow it. It's going to tell you what you can place in here. Now this can either be restrictive or non-restrictive, so you can decide that you can only have specific things in here that make logical sense. So say you couldn't stick an elephant in here because it wouldn't fit, and that is one of my features that I'm calling Immersive Storage, that can be toggled on or off via an MCM menu eventually. So, but the one thing that is always constant with these containers is when you put the specific items in for the display cases, they will show in the display. And if you take everything out of there, they will be removed. So you can store, like I said, normal stuff like all the Dwemer stuff, and you can put like the Orcish stuff, things like that. There will also be display cases in your Mage Quarters, which are now located at the very peak of the tower, the very top, and you'll be able to store a lot of unique things there. So you can put your main armours here as well. So you've got like your dragon armours and your mage armours. The other thing that I'm going to look on improving on is people are like, I have to go through the whole sort of Winterhold quests just to be able to gain access to the tower properly without stealing it and blah blah, and people have edited the Mage Quarters. I'm just going to leave this completely separate and well away from the College of Winterhold, so there'll probably be a proper courier to get stuff for this. So yeah, as you can see, I've sort of like took the effort to actually clutter properly now. Hopefully it's to good enough standards. I'm not the best at clutter, but hey, there we go. The main feature of my mods is customizing, so it's all about player choice. So this took a long time to do, and I've had to make a lot of my own meshes and textures, but we can swap rugs and drapes, curtains if you will. So my favourite colour being red, I'm going to go red with both of them, and as you can see they appear and disappear depending on what you've laid out, and the rugs will change colour and the curtains will change colour, because people love to make their home look and feel like their own style. They want it to be how they want it to be. You don't want to walk in, have everything sort of pre-laid out for you. That's not a bad thing, but customization is always fun. So we can come and do the same with the new library here. The main thing with the library was that it was pretty basic, and it didn't actually have the one key thing, which was book storage. So now you can store a lot of books on all of these bookshelves. So you've got 18 books on each of these shelves. There'll probably be more storage around, and probably in the Mage Quarters. But yeah, you can store books. You've got more sort of immersive storage around here, so when you place things in certain containers, things happen. You can only put certain things in containers, so you can't go and put massive axes in these things. You've got these little stands here for the specific unique sort of armor pieces, treasures that you pick up. You've got other treasure storage here. So let me think what can go in here. Azura's Star, the mould. We can start putting things on the shelf at the left there. You'll see that the Dragonstone goes on there. Now the Dragonstone's going to have to work a little different eventually, due to the fact that you can't actually keep that. So it'll work off sort of triggering that the quest has been done. But yeah, you get the idea. You can see you've got some different sort of storage here. Just trying to make things a little more sort of unique. You're going to have sort of recruits again, but this is going to be again entirely up to the player. You might not want anyone in the tower, you might want it all to yourself. That's absolutely fine. Now, I'm not going to give away everything. I'm going to tell you all the features, but hopefully, if everything goes well, there's going to be some interesting stuff. Oh, that didn't go well. That's a glitch. So you can also place things like your Dragon Claws. A lot of these resources are thanks to a number of people, which will be fully credited in the mod as well. Insanity's done a lot of cool stuff which has made this mod possible. So yeah, it's going to be looking to have a much tidier sort of look to it. Much more polished off. I'm going to try and make sure it's not got too many bugs either. So you can place your dragon masks as well. Can't see it very well now. Where's my torch? Have a look. There we go. As I said, lighting, major thing. But yeah, I could go and show you the portal room, which is sort of called the Traverse, but I'm going to leave it at this for now. This isn't finished by any means, like I say, but yeah, you get the idea. The library is, I'm sort of going for a bit more of a larger epic look, and I think with more book storage and larger bookshelves, that's sort of achieving that. So yeah, that is it. Thank you very much for checking out my early look at Caranthir Tower. Please let me know in the comments what you think. If there's any suggestions that sort of you have, anything that you'd like to see, anything that maybe you didn't like or you think could be improved upon, but just be aware that this obviously isn't the finished product. But yeah, this is going to be a very ambitious project, and it's going to take a long time to do. So I'll obviously, hopefully, try and crack on with it. Yep, that's it. So go and check out my main website. That's where I'm going to be posting a lot more information and screenshots and things like that. Check out my anti-social websites. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Not so much Twitter really, but Facebook, I generally post things on there. Please, like I say, comment, hit the like button, that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. I'll speak to you next time.